Oranges? Who loves apple juice? I love apple juice. Anybody love orange juice? Oranges. Who wants an orange? An orange? Sydney, can you catch? You got too much jewelry to catch. Matter of fact, I need somebody to pass out. Saying one. Get to the back too. Go to the back. People in the front always get stuff. Go to the people in the back and don't give them all to one person. Like give the apples to the men, give the oranges to the women, or vice versa. Don't. And then over here, somebody else do that. Trevor, hook it up. Elder Nick, I need you to pass them out. Give some over here. But you need to really want it. Don't throw it, because you know they sue people around here. I want $135. There ain't no more apples here, baby. They down there. Go chase the white man. Go ahead, baby. Just go. Give that baby an apple. Everybody say apples.
Apples.
And oranges.
And oranges.
What I want to talk about in this Love and Happiness series is that if we're really going to get to the place of love and happiness, we're going to have to get to the place of unity. But unity doesn't happen. You can't just toss it up there, Trevor. You got to walk it up there. You got to walk it like you talk it. Walk it like you talk it. Hey. All right. We don't have any more? Somebody just snorted. How many people know that men and women have different needs? Let's talk about it for a minute. Let's talk about the truth. Because for too long, the church has never dealt with relationships based on the biblical understanding, the tenets, and the principles. And I myself have not always seen marriages up close that are healthy and vibrant and are reflective of scriptural foundation. And I've come up in some great churches. As a matter of fact, one of the people that was instrumental in my development, in my formative years of understanding who the Holy Spirit was, is here. He is the pastor of Heirs Covenant Church in Hamilton, Ohio, right outside of Cincinnati. It is Apostle John Stevenson. Could you just stand so we could just give you proper honor? Apostle Stevenson, I love you so. You and your wife, Pastor Marissa, y'all been married how long? 40 years married. 40 years married. And his son and daughter-in-law and their 4 kids are a part of our church. Elder Nick Stevenson, stand up, Elder Nick. So this is Elder Nick and Pastor John. Now, Nick, you've been married how long? 9 years? And you saw a marriage in front of you. Now, I've been married 9 years, and I didn't see a marriage in front of me. Now, my wife's been married 9 years, and she saw a marriage in front of her. So this is interesting. We've all been married 9 years and saw different things. Wow. Apples and oranges, you can be in the same house, and people have 2 different experiences. And where the enemy wants to create distance is he wants there to be enmity or drama between the very 2 individuals that God is trying to make one. Now, for those of you who are single, you're saying, how does this apply to me? I came on the wrong Sunday. No, you came on the right Sunday. And here's why you came on the right Sunday. Because you need to glean and listen so that you might make wise decisions. Because there are some of us who got married not knowing whether we were an apple or an orange, and got into a relationship with someone who we were hoping was one thing and they turned out to be something else. You can't say amen because y'all got to go home together. I understand why you got caught. This is not a negative thing, because this is not a license for you to leave. The pastor just told me I can leave. You know what? That's not what I said. I bind that devil. Y'all gonna work it out. Tell somebody work it out.
Work it out.
But if you're single, then you need to get these principles, because there's something that happened in that garden that needs to be addressed. God set boundaries. Everybody say boundaries.
Boundaries.
Then he says, it's not good for Adam to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him or comparable for him. There is a symbiotic connection that is to happen in a marriage that produces a model of Christ and the church in the earth. And so, there was a garden. Adam, Eve, God. Who else was in the garden? The serpent. The snake was in the garden. And the snake was the only other creature with a voice. And he used his voice to get distance between the man and the woman. And the enemy will still use his voice to create distance between the man and the woman. Because if I can get distance between the thing that God is trying to make one, then I can somehow delay what God is trying to do in the earth. Please know that when it comes to Christian marriage, it is to produce a picture that is so poignant and fragrant that people want to get saved looking at it. Wow, it got quiet. Why is that important? Because if you're single and you might be dating, if they're pushing you away from God, then this is the time to find out. Because you don't need to get married because you're tired and your eggs are old and I'm lonely and I need somebody to go to the movies with. Honey, go to the movies with your cousin. Please don't get married because being married does not cure loneliness.
Message.
I wish I need some help today. I need some. And we never talk about what's really going on in our houses and wonder why over 50% of Christian marriages end in divorce. We sit in here and worship, but we argue in the car. Nobody's going to say amen because nobody wants to be real. You know why? Because we put our skin on. We put our masks on. We put our leaves on. Oh, I'm going there. I want love and happiness, but you can't have love and happiness without truth. So it was all good until this competing voice showed up. God, why would you even let the snake in the daggone garden in the first place? Because God is a God of justice, and he is a God of mercy. He's also a God of honor. And here's the thing. If the only voice that's in the garden is God, I don't really have a choice to worship. And I have to choose God. But if he's the only choice, it's not a choice, it's just God. So God says, I got to give them another option. That way their worship is from their heart, not mechanical. I'm teaching. And so the serpent's voice was a competing voice because in order for my relationship with God to be authentic, then my obedience could not be automatic.
Message.
I have to be able to